Module 3, Documentation Mastery. 5 lessons in this. This is the module that pays for the course. User stories with Invest. Acceptance criteria that survives QA and UAT. The full BRD and FRD. Process flows and PPMN diagrams. By end of this module, you can generate every document a Salesforce BA produces at production quality in a fraction of time. Let's go. User stories with using the Invest framework. User stories is the atomic unit of agile delivery. And 90% of the user stories I see written by BAs are bad. They are vague, they speak in solution, and they are untestable. We are going to fix that today. By the end, you will generate invest compliance stories at scale with acceptance criteria already baked in. A user story is a single sentence in a fixed format. As a persona, I want a goal so that business value. That's it. Here's a good example. As a sales rep, I want leads to route to me automatically based on territory so that I don't lose time fighting for leads in Slack. Notice three different things: specific persona, concrete goal, real business value. If any of those is missing or vague, the story isn't doing its job. Invest is 6 qualities every story should pass. Independent, it can be completed on its own without waiting for another story. Negotiable, it leaves room for discussion, it's not a contract. Valuable, it delivers real business value. Estimable, its size can be reasonably guessed. Small, it fits within a single sprint. And testable, it has clear pass-fail criteria. If a story fails any of these, send it back for rework. Don't move on. Let's look at example of bad versus good user stories. There are 3 examples. The first one, let's look at the bad. As a user, I want everything to work better so that things are good. This is useless. The second bad one, build a custom button on the opportunity page that triggers a flow. That's solutioning, not a need. The good one, as an enterprise sales rep, I want to mark lead as hot from a mobile phone between meetings so that my manager knows which deals need executive support before our weekly pipeline review. This has specific persona, specific context, specific business value, and that's the bar. Let's look at the master user story prompt. We brief Claude as a senior BA on TechCop. We provide consolidated pain point from module 2. We list 6 personas. For each story, we want the standard format, invest verification, 3 acceptance criteria, in given when then, t-shirt size, dependency on the stories, and a business value tag in dollar signs. We start with 5 stories for the lead routing theme to validate quality before scaling. And we explicitly tell Claude no solutioning, needs only. Save this prompt, it's a workhorse for the entire backlog. Let's see this in action. I'm going to copy this prompt and paste it in Claude. Let's wait for Claude to come back. So now Claude has created user stories using Invest framework. It gives me the story number 1 for rerouting. As an enterprise sales rep, I want leads from named accounts on my territory list to be automatically assigned to me the moment they come in, so that I can act on warm account signals before a competitor does. and without waiting for a manager to manually route the lead. So it's also cross-checking whether it passes the invest compliance check or not. Then it gives the acceptance criteria. Given a lead is created or converted in the system and the lead company name matches an account on my named account territory list, when the lead is saved, then the lead is automatically assigned to me and I receive a real-time notification. And the assignment is timestamped and visible in the lead record audit trail. So notice it has followed given, when, and then acceptance criteria format. Then it has given the size also. Size is small, business value, it has given dependency, it has given. Similarly, there are more user stories. So all of these 5 user stories which Claude has given to us. The fifth one is about lead routing. Now let's go back to presentation. This was one of the sample story output that we looked into the routing one. Once you have validated quality on 5 stories, you scale. The follow-up prompt asks for 5 more stories per theme, like pricing approval workflow, forecasting visibility, quote to cash automation, sales manager coaching, customer health tracking, territory management, reporting, and dashboard. Each theme gets a prefix code: PA for pricing approval, FC for forecasting, and so on. In about 30 minutes, you will have 35 stories. Manually, that's almost 1 week of work. Save the prompt and reuse it on every project. So let's copy this and let's put it in Claude. So now Claude is going to create more stories for us. Creating stories, acceptance criteria, it is cross-checking, it is compliance as per the invest framework or not. It is providing attributes like teacher size, business value, conflict flags. Let's stop this for the time. Now let's go back to presentation. Quality review prompt. Don't ship 35 stories without a peer review, and Claude can be first reviewer. The quality prompt asks Claude to put on its peer review hat. For each stories, does it pass all 6 invest criteria? Is the persona specific enough? Are the acceptance criteria testable? Does it accidentally prescribe a solution? Are the dependency realistic? For any story that fails, Claude gives you the issue, severity, and a rewrite suggestion. You go through the issues, you fix what matters, you ship a clean backlog. Let's see also this in action. So now Claude is working as a reviewer. It only says it has access because we did not generate all the user stories. So whatever access he has, it is going to give us whether it has passed the invest or not. Solution is prescribed. If it is prescribed, then it tells us, and whether it is rewrite is needed or not. Let's go back to presentation. Persona voice tuning. If your story feels generic, here's the fix. Add a tuning prompt with the persona's actual voice with plain language, straight from the interview. For example, Alicia said, "My calendar is my life. I work between meetings. I am not at my desk most days. I hate typing the same info at three different places." Now Claude rewrites the story so they reflect Aisha's field reality. Stakeholders read these and say, "This is exactly my world." Buy-in skyrockets. That's how you get sponsored to sign off without 40 rounds of edit. Let's see this. So now we are going to rewrite the stories specifically, which sounds like it is for Aisha. So it's just going to show me what the original is and then the version for Aisha. Let's stop it to see it. For example, the original was, as an enterprise sales rep, I want leads from named accounts on my territory list to be automatically assigned to me the moment they come in so that I can act on warm account signals before a competitor does. Now, for based on whatever we captured while talking to Aisha, we are going to rewrite it as a field-based enterprise sales rep who is back-to-back customer meeting. Because if you remember, Aisha said that she's right now in a meetings. She wants a name lead to find me on my phone between meetings the moment it comes in, so that I can respond before the prospect gets cold without needing to log into desktop system to find out it existed. So this is how you make a story specific to a particular persona. Once your stories are written, story map them. The prompt asks Claude to lay out TechOp enterprise sales rep lead to cash journey. Top row, major stages, lead, qualify, demo, propose, close. Below each stage, all the user stories supporting that stage, order by priority, V1, V2, V3, marked with color codes, output as a table with stage as column. The result is a visual roadmap stakeholder actually understand. It's the artifact that turns what are we doing into I see exactly what we were doing. Now let's see this in action. I just copy this prompt. So whatever stories we ask Claude to generate, based on that, it is going to create a story map now. So it has started generating, putting these stories in the story map. So let's stop it for the time being. So this is how it has generated the story map, the ones which are in scope, which is deferred, which is in future, which is the story needed as such. Privacy in user stories applies. Make sure you replace stakeholder name with roles. Use no real customer names in your examples. Use generic sample data in field values. Watch for IP leakage before sharing externally. Sometimes a persona description gives away strategy. And for client-facing document, get legal review. None of this is hard. If you build the habit early, it just becomes part of your master template. 7 common mistakes that needs to be avoided are solutioning, add a custom button. That's not a need. Generic persona as a user is meaningless. Missing business value so that clause is empty. Vague acceptance criteria. Story too big to fit it in a single sprint. Not verifying invest compliance. And skipping the quality review entirely. Avoid all these sevens, and your stories are immediately in the top 10% of what gets written on Salesforce project. Now let's look into the action item. There are 7 action items. Save the master story prompt, the quality review prompt, and the persona voice tuning prompt to your library. Generate 5 lead routing stories for TechCop. Run the quality review. Generate a story map and comment your hardest story writing challenge. I do respond to those personally. Stories are foundational. Get them right, and everything downstream, acceptance criteria, test cases, UAT will get easier for you.